right, welcome back, everyone, to our continuing adventures on the Let's Defend platform. We are tackling the latest DFIR exercise, or challenge, I guess technically I should call it, that of AWS CloudTrail. And so they give us a Linux VM with the logs already dumped into, all zipped up, and give us specific instructions to go through to extract all those materials. And then we just kind of go through and just keep plotting around at everything. We are given multiple questions. Yes, I was playing around with this while out on vacation. On a very small phone screen as opposed to what I'm looking at currently. I was able to find the IP address, but we'll dig into that a little bit. So there's been a little bit of pregame. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions by the looks of it. As I'm given to understand, this is not the easiest thing to go through, even though it's been rated as a medium. So this will be fun. I've got 2 tabs. So basically just one to demonstrate a little bit further in. And so digging through the various log files. So if we look inside of CloudTrail, US East, and all the way up, we get a bunch of GZ, so compressed files of JSON. And of course, I did not sit there and look through everything. Because if I'd actually been paying attention, I would have realized that, I need to kind of open up the command or terminal to this particular folder. And of course, I can't paste that out. So, of course not. Because that would make things too easy. And, heaven forbid we would want things to be easy. Okay, so we're in the appropriate directory. So we're going to issue the confirming that it is okay, a bunch of JSON.gzs. And we're going to go through and do the, as they specify, find space, period, space, dash, type, space, F, space, dash, exec, space, G, unzip, open and closing curly brackets, slash, semicolon, and run that sucker. And when we look at this again, we will notice we have a bunch of JSON files. So I'm wondering, so this specified it was it actually the AWS logs, CloudTrail? Okay, so not the digest. So we are okay where this sits. Hopefully I'm not gonna actually need all that time, but okay. And so basically we are stuck digging through all of these documents. So I kind of took a wild stab in terms of for finding the IP address. So while digging through all these portions, I happen to notice that the source IP address all goes through and all match. The 185.202.237.214. And so we're just kind of grabbed that and took that and dumped it in. And lo and behold, that was actually appropriate. Though I suppose what I should probably do is actually lay out the situation as to what we find ourselves in this exercise for. Just kind of immediately jumping into everything. So a new SIA secret agent transforms into a fearless hacktivist by spilling his country's most heinous secrets to the world. No idea what SIA is. But so we've gone through and done the instructions now for the lab and spilled all that stuff out. And so, okay, what is the name of the IAM user account being used by? The SIA agent. So we're looking for. Is there any way to actually like take this and go full screen? Here we go. Okay, F11. It's like I'm looking at this like, why is this such a pain in the posterior? And then are we doing? Yeah, we are doing word wraps. So why does this go off? So then we need to sit there and kind of take a look at this stuff and see as to whether or not if we can find usernames. So we've got a source IP address. We got a user agent. SIA trial. So, okay, I see a username that stands out here of I am admin. So we get user space dash I am admin. Username I am admin. He's an agent. So what? Oh, crap. I don't want to be screwing around with that particular aspect, but I would also like to search. How many different variations? Okay, they keep user agent, AWS internal. Is there any other agents that show up in here? Well, we get a user agent of S3 console. So what was the other one? User I am admin? No. Yeah. I have no idea. He's an agent. So is that a hint that we're looking for some sort of field that would then denote as an agent? Okay, let's do this. And we go back to this here. I want to cat everything, and then we're going to grep for agent and show me everything there because I don't know what I'm doing. Username Agent Darius. Darius. Okay, let's try that. Agent Darius. Oh, really? US. Oh, 5 day streak. Yeah, I guess I have been active this past week, more so on the Discord, trying to help everybody with answering questions. Okay, so we found that. So the hint is literally a poke in the appropriate direction. Go through, look through all of the JSON files, and you want to alert on detections of agent. So it's literally pointing out what the username for the account's going to be, not the actual field name. Okay. And of course, source IP address was pointed out as a hint for that one. Get and list API calls. Well, so then we're going to do more of the same. We're going to go ahead and take a look through all that, and we're just going to do for grep for get. Oh, what is it? If I want to find get all the way through. Case insensitive. Okay, let's try that. And I'm probably just going to have to go through and see about trying to do clear screen every single time. So is it just clear? Yes. So we bring this up and then we want to do grep I or making it in case insensitive. So find me all the versions for this. So immediately what we see are event names centered around get bucket ownership controls, get storage lens dashboard data internal, storage lens configuration, get account public access block, get bucket versioning, get bucket policy, get bucket website. And this is basically spelled out as apparently a super long answer. Okay, what was the agent's activity related to enumerating identities and permissions? Get and list API calls. So I'm assuming there's going to be a long API call or get that was sit there and perform that would cover both identities and permissions that we need to look at? Possibly? Maybe? I'm assuming get bucket ACL is going to be literally access control list. Get trail status. Login profile. Or is this a situation where we want to take our first aspect And we're going to go, so we want anything for agent Darius to set that as the primary filter. And then as a secondary, we want some sort of aspect for get. So we're limiting what we're actually searching for. So one thing will basically build upon the other. So theoretically, could we also go through something in there? And well, let's see what this gives us. Get bucket ownership control, get storage lens, dashboard data internal. Well, I mean, I suppose it could be it. I don't think I can copy and paste out of this. So let's do this. Let me get up a something to use as a scratch pad for the time being. Okay, and so going through this, we see get storage, lens, dashboard, data, internal, which is pretty stinking long. We get bucket, ownership, controls, which is not nearly as long. Get storage, lens, configuration, which is also not as long. We also have get account, public access block, get bucket versioning, get bucket policy, get bucket website, get bucket policy status, get bucket ACL. Okay. List. So what comes out from that? List access points. List access points. List access points. So the question is, I mean, is this all just going to be one long command somewhere in here? List policies, list access keys, list roles, list group, list MFA devices, list SAML providers, groups for users, or groups for user, list OpenID Connect providers, list users, list buckets, list objects, list signing certificates. Hmm. What managed policy did the SIA agent have? View the policy enumeration API call. Okay, I think we'll skip that. I mean, I've got a list, but so we're looking for policy as long as it is doing agent Darius first. Would almost be nicer if these were broken up into different lines. Username, backdoor. Wait, so what does this have anything to do with it? Okay, so digging through this, I'm looking at this section in here. So the event name is attach user policy. Again, the source IP address matches the one that we've been looking at. And then digging through back here, of course, this denotes that backdoor has policy administrator access. And not so much. So it's just lucky happenstance. That's again user back. So where is the agent Darius calling into this particular aspect? Oh, let's see. So let's do this. Okay, we found the answer, but actually, get me clear first. Oh, IF administrator access. So we should have a highlighted red every single time that comes in. All right, so there's Agent Darius. Then we get the same request parameters, username, backdoor, policy / administrator access. Is it the same thing here? We get the IP address, so get policy, get the address we are expecting, we get that, management, but yet I'm missing the aspect here where it denotes username. Event ID, ARM, or ARN, account ID, well, user / agent Darius, account ID, okay. Okay, username, there we go. So just have to take it up further. So in these, let's build this out. So we are looking at Agent Darius. It is coming from the 185, 202, 237, 209. Account ID equals 67075666718. And basically, I am just pulling that stuff from here, from that entire group. And it looks like that was, using CLI, AWS CLI. By the look. How did the SIA agent attempt to establish persistence? Persistence. Well, so what would it be? Like user slash backdoor? No. Well, I think we've fairly well established that there's definitely another account that's created, one that stands out. So clear. Backdoor. So we literally have a username called backdoor. But that doesn't accept it as the answer. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So it's going to be, whatever it is going to be 10 characters is the answer for this. Backdoor is what? 4 and 4, 8. So obviously we are short. I am admin would also be 8 and short. It couldn't be user slash because then that would add an additional 5 characters and that would put us over. So I mean, what about create user? So CREATEUSE. Really? Overthinking it. I have to find the event type. That's what they want. So that might be I guess, a better way to sit there and approach this, looking for the event type. What permissions were associated with the persistence attempt? And that is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Jeez. 19 characters. I still would really love to know how many that's going to be, but that might end up being some sort of combination of a couple of these particular items. So a particular get and a particular list for the APIs. So then we need to figure out, okay, what permissions were given in regards to this. So they create it. We get the name. Excuse me. So what did they try to assign? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, yeah, that's way over. I'm just looking at the XAMZ ACL bucket owner full control with dashes in between. Thinking that maybe, just maybe, that might be what we're looking for is a possible answer, but that doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. Attach user policy. So for user backdoor, so what does he get attached to? Principal ID. The user was created March 11th, 2023, 9:33:46 p.m. I'm trying to find somewhere within here where this actually talks about what, because the event name is attach user policy, but then where would that be? Another one, administrator access? Would that be 19? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Staring me right in the face. Oh well, there are worse things. Okay, and then what other resource did the SIA agent enumerate? Let's see, now this one is nice. Okay, what bucket enumeration? So we could basically just then use the what other resource did the SIA agent enumerate? So that's 2 characters, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 characters. So there should be something that's 2 characters space 6 characters that was gone through and enumerated. Hmm. I have absolutely no idea. I'm assuming I'm going back and trying to do the get and list aspects to see what else shakes out from there. And something within there should tell me some sort of resource. So let's do that. Go back and clear. Don't care so much about the back door, but I am more interested in get. And maybe something there will tell us something for somewhere, someplace, at some time. Because I'm assuming still that he's using the agent Darius as opposed to the backdoor username to go through and do this stuff. What else would you enumerate? Much less it would show out as 2 characters and then 6 characters after, separated by a space. And of course, then the other aspect is too, Besides get, I have to do list and see what shakes out from that. But yeah, I don't see anything that kind of lines up at all with what I'm effectively looking for. Excuse me. Apparently, I need more of my coffee. Okay. One of the resources did the SIA agent enumerate? S3 bucket. Staring me in the face repeatedly, I was looking for a specific S3 bucket. But all these things go through, so get bucket ownership controls, get bucket website, everything else like that. And I just happened to notice, okay, source, event source, S3, Amazon AWS. But it's like everything is looking for the bucket, S3 bucket, since that's the only thing I'm noticing. So it's, I don't know as to whether or not if it actually would show up inside of um, the logs that we're digging through, literally S3 space bucket. But I think it might be more of a, you have to elaborate a little bit further on um, what these commands are all tying to, I think. Whoever did this, put this together on Let's Defend, obviously they'll have to correct me in regards to if it actually shows up in here. But I'm just kind of jumping from what I'm seeing in terms of the commands back to what's here. So we get that one, and then we get what bucket enumeration activities did the SIA agent perform? And so I'm assuming this is okay. Check all enumeration activities again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Excuse me. Okay, so we'll grab this. We have 11 characters. And then what do we have for the next one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So hopefully that's still, those are just not placeholders. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 12, 13. Okay, so it's obviously not going to be any of those. So we need something short and to the point. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. Well, I see a get bucket ACL. That would be close. There's a get bucket policy. Get bucket policy status. Get bucket versioning. Get bucket ownership controls. Get public access block policy. Get bucket website. Get bucket ACL. Get bucket ACL. All right, let's try this. Instead of get, is there a list bucket? Yes, there's a list buckets. That was run by Agent Darius. Does that fit our what we're looking for? Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That fits it exactly at 11. Probably have to go back to get bucket and see what else shakes out. So I'm not seeing anything else just kind of get highlighted out here. Nope, another list buckets. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're back to get bucket and looking for something that would match specifically. And I am just not seeing anything else that stands out. So I think it's going to be the get bucket ACL and then list buckets. I think, but get bucket website. Get bucket encryption, get bucket policy. Ownership controls, object, lock configuration, bucket versioning, bucket ownership controls, bucket website, bucket policy, ownership controls, versioning, policy status, ACL, public, access block, ownership controls, policy status, ACL. Encryption, object lock configuration, tagging, versioning, website, policy. Policy status. ACL. ACL. Okay, well, let's try. So we're going to go with get bucket ACL and find my notes. What was the other one? List buckets. Then we need to find the ARN of the bucket that was tampered with. Yeah, but I'm still no closer in regards to enumerating identities and permissions, but yet then having this long stinking list. Hmm. So I must have missed something else, some other bucket enumeration. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, so it looks like 11 and 11. So I'm fairly certain list buckets would be one. So get bucket ownership controls. So where's the ARN for whatever that they're screwing with on this one? Bucket name, host, request event ID. Okay, so we're looking at something that would fit. Like that. So it would be something like ARN colon AWS colon S3 colon SIA cloud trail dash logs, which I don't think is what that's going to. No, this looks like this wants to be all one thing. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I think it's going to be this one. The buckets is SIA secrets. So we need to find the ARN mentioned for that, I think. let's do this then. We think we have a fairly decent view of what we're looking for, so let's try that. It's IA secrets. That's the bucket. That's the provider. Right here. ARN AWS S3. I mean, since we are looking at this to be someone who's releasing all the heinous secrets, right? That's what we're looking for, and that would match the format. Really? You just want to be a pain in my posterior, don't you? There we go. All right. And then we're just stuck with all these enumerations. How far are we at? We're already about 58. I think I might just turn this into a two-parter. I might have to work with a couple of other members of the Let's Defend community to see about trying to answer these last three questions, assuming they've gotten as far as I have. But check the last two API calls. So what were the last two? Get storage lens, dashboard data internal. I mean, that's what we're looking for like the last two commands that were run. So let's look for event name. And obviously we're going to start down at the bottom. Get storage lens dashboard data internal. Get storage lens data dashboard. Get bucket ownership controls. I mean, their thing is okay, but what are the last two? Get bucket ownership controls. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 26, 27, 29. And so far, when they've done that, it's all been proper and appropriate. And apparently, this is just one long ass command that would have been run. Refresh. Yeah, that's. Yeah, it's been about an hour. So I'll bank this into a two-parter just to make things easier. So, okay, so that is what, 7 out of 10 of the AWS CloudTrail DFIR exercise challenge. Challenge. That's the official terminology for it. Um, and probably sit there and ask for some additional hints in regards to these other aspects. Probably sitting there staring me right in the face. But um, let's see about trying to put together some additional notes. But so we'll get this put out today and then see about finishing this off next week. And then I've been informed that there's a very similar exercise in cyber defenders. So I guess while we're doing AWS CloudTrail, we might as well just stay on the same particular page all the way up and through. Although I did want to go through and actually try to have a discussion in regards to some of the other stuff that had gone on since, of course, I left. So me being out in international waters kind of prevented me from doing proper work for the 3CX supply chain compromise and uh, one of the bigger channels on YouTube, Linus Tech Tips. Jeez, them getting popped. Um, although maybe everybody's already tired of hearing about that. It's been discussed by just about everybody. So maybe I'll just sit there and point to a couple of other people that have done discussions onto it. I don't know. But so there we go. Here's part one in the books, and I will see everybody in the next video.